So this is my video on 2.4 adaptations of the body systems to long-term training. So in this video I'm going to talk to you about some adaptations in the body systems and what they have the effect on them in sport. So the CV adaptations in aerobic training. So aerobic training is low intensity but long duration activities. So there's training of 8 weeks for 30 minutes in 4 intervals. It will either be continuous, fartlek or interval training. So cardiac hypertrophy is as we know, the thickening of the heart's myocardium. This links to the increase of stroke volume and a decrease of resting heart rate. But the heart is able to, because the heart is able to pump out more blood per beat, increasing stroke volume and decrease heart rate, because the heart doesn't have to work as hard to get more blood around the body. This would be useful in a sport such as a marathon runner, because their heart is not needing to work as hard, so they'll be able to get a higher working heart rate, which will increase the amount of blood that is going into the muscles, the working muscles. So, and when they're resting, the heart is working at a low rate because it's able to pump out enough blood into the body to keep it function properly. So heart rate range is the difference between resting and max heart rate. Max heart rate is 220 minus your age. For example, if you're 27, your max heart rate would be 193. If you were resting, the range would be 123. So this helps you in sport because you are able to see your maximum heart rate and how hard your heart is having to work when you are playing sport. So if you're doing a long run and you're measuring your heart rate, you can see if it is getting up to your maximum heart rate, and if it's not, then it probably means that your heart isn't needing to get to maximum heart rate because cardiac hypertrophy has taken place. So athlete's heart, or athletic bradycardia, is when the heart is enlarged and the resting value is lower more than normal. So this links into cardiac hypertrophy. So as the resting values are lower than normal, your heart isn't having to work as hard to get the blood to the working muscles at rest and working. So this link between heart rate range, athlete's heart and cardiac hypertrophy can link into capillarization, because capillarization is the increase in the amount of capillaries that you have in your body, and they help with diffusion of the oxygen and CO2 coming in and out of the muscles. So the CV adaptations, anaerobic training. This is a high intensity and low duration. This would be a 6-week training program, as this would cause a lot of fatigue. The training method would have been plyometric interval resistance training. These types of training would increase the strength, speed and power of the player because of muscular hypertrophy. So muscular hypertrophy would help the performer increase strength, power and speed for sports such as a 100-meter sprint, So if they increase their strength and power, they're going to be able to push off the blocks and keep up that momentum and speed when running. And with the speed links into the power and strength, because the stronger your legs are, and the more power that you can output through them, the quicker you're going to be able to run. So also, when doing this type of training, it will adapt the way you recover. Therefore, you will be able to go from rest to working and then back to rest quickly, as the adaptation has increased the recovery time between exercise. So this would help a 100-meter sprinter, because they're going to need to, they do everything really quickly. So they go from rest to working at a high intensity, and then back to rest at a quick rate. So this graph shows the VO2 max test heart rate before exercise. So as we can see along this line, the heart rate before was 140, and as he started to work, the heart rate went from 140 and slowly started to increase, and at 9 kilometers per hour the heart rate increased up to from 10 kilometers per hour, and it went to 160 beats per minute. So that's quite a big increase, and then gradually increased throughout then. So if he was working and cardiac hypertrophy took place, this resting value, this pre-value, so at 7 kilometers per hour, it would be a lot lower, 120, and then it would slowly increase. It wouldn't dramatically increase, and it would go on for a lot longer. So this would help a performer in sport, because the heart isn't having to work as hard, and they're able to work for longer because the heart is able to increase in how much blood they're outputting and the speed it can pump out blood. So respiratory systems adaptation. Ventilation would increase due to the increase in breathing rate. This is because when we are exercising, our muscles increase oxygen demand, so to get the oxygen that we need, we increase our breathing rate. Also, we increase the depth that we breathe. So this would help us because we are able to get more oxygen to the working muscles, so they're able to get rid of the CO2, plus they are able to create energy. So also the amount of oxygen the lungs can hold increases when our respiratory muscles increase, such as the intercostal muscles and the external muscles. So the total lung capacity increases as well as vital capacity, but the residual volume decreases as we are using more oxygen. So these muscles increase in strength, so this would be respiratory. This would be also muscular hypertrophy, but in the respiratory system. These muscles would increase in strength, which will help us increase the depth that we can breathe, and how how we can help get more oxygen into the muscles as the muscles are expanding more and able to contract stronger, which is getting rid of more oxygen and inhaling more, getting rid of more CO2 and increasing the amount of O2 you can take in. So capillarization will also increase the rate that oxygen is fused into capillaries and then into the muscles. So the diffusion rates would increase, making the working muscles work more efficient in exercise. So yeah, the muscles are able to work a lot better when there's more oxygen in them, and where if there wasn't any oxygen then they wouldn't work at all, and this would be bad performer because they aren't able to perform. So neuromuscular adaptations. The hypertrophy of the fast glycolytic fibers is due to the increase of muscle mass. Also, hyperplasia occurs, which is the increase of FGF fibers, fast glycolytic fibers, allowing the performer to generate more force with each contraction. So this would help a shot putter, as they're able to generate a lot of force from a contraction, allowing them to throw the ball a lot further. The disadvantage of this is that the muscles may fatigue quicker. For example, a 100-meter sprinter would have these fibers as they need to be able to generate a lot of force with each contraction, but they wouldn't be able to keep it up for a long period of time as the muscles would fatigue quickly. So the proprioceptors, these detect movement in the muscles. So if these were adapted and developed, they would be able to increase the reaction time of the muscles. So, for example, if you're a tennis player, if you're a 100-meter sprinter and you're on the blocks and you hit the gun, your muscles, when you tell your muscles to react, they will do this a lot quicker if your proprioceptors weren't as well developed and worked on. So with the fast glycolytic fibers hypertrophy, this would increase force, help with force generation. So the neural pathways will increase in speed. So this is allowing nerves to be able to send impulses quicker to the brain or the spinal cord, which then will tell the brain what it needs to do and then quickly send it back down to the muscles or anything else it needs to send to. So this has been my video on 2.4 adaptations to the body systems.